For this video review, we're going to take a look at Gundam Universe, The Machinations, Char's Zaku 2, the origin. So color version 1, so the MS-06S target exclusive, and there you go. These are the codes for the action figure. On the targets that I visited there this afternoon, I found several of these, and when I took a look at the action figure, somehow it looks very different from the previous one that they had of the Zaku 2. Anyway, okay, so let's bring in the action figure. Okay, so we have the action figure on table. So for you guys who possibly know this better than I am, is this a new mold? Because I know that there's a previous Zaku 2 model also offered by Target before, but I did not like that action figure. But with this, something's really different about this action figure. I think it's the size and proportion of the action figure compared to the previous one. Yeah, anyway, so this is the 360 view of the basic action figure. Actually, I already changed the handsets that is on this action figure right now. So they are going to be the accessory holding handsets, because when you take this out of packaging, it's going to be fists on the action figure. Okay, so as for accessories that it comes with, primary weapon and detachable drum magazine. So this is how it looks, and you have a support handle and the heat hawk. Okay, so that's the details on the heat hawk, and we have a peg on the side to secure the weapon onto the back of the figure. That way. Alright, so this time let's check out articulation points. So basically the body, like your other Gundam Universe The Machinations figure, so just limited range of motion for the torso. Okay, that's it. As for the head is on a ball joint, so the head actually is nicely articulated. Okay, and we still have, just like the previous version that came before this also had the same gimmick, wherein you could move the Cyclops eye left and right with the use of this knob. There you go. Okay, so let's put it center line. Okay, so we have the peg that connects there. Okay, there you go. So as for the arms, so this is on a ball joint. The ball of the arms is also on a ball joint. As for articulation of the poses, yeah, limited. Okay, unless I am wrong, yeah, limited. But as for rotation, no problem with regards to rotation of the whole arm. It's just going to be the poses. Okay, so we have bicep rotation, 2 points of articulation for the elbow, and because of the handsets is on a ball joint, so that's the range of motion that you have for the handsets. So the skirt pieces are also movable, so as you wish to, as you open or splay the legs for action poses. Okay, there you go. So even if we have hoses on the leg and on the body, well, actually if they do detach, it's easily placed back on. Okay, so this is the details on the back. So backpack thrusters, or propulsion system. Details on the leg and on the foot of the action figure. Still thrusters, and thrusters. Okay. So 2 points of articulation on the knee too. And we have rocker and hinge for the foot. Okay. But generally speaking, even if there are certain areas on this action figure that is missing articulation points, actually I'm really enjoying this action figure. Yeah, already thinking of ways to really spice this one up, but I think I'm going to do that after my long trip. Okay, so yeah, project on hold for the meantime, but as I played with this action figure, I already had several ideas or possibilities of how I'm going to really play with this. Okay, so with regards to details, well, more details could be brought into or out of the aspect ratio of the action figure if you do panel line. Yeah, so still lots of panel line. So well, easy use Gundam marker. Okay, but well, love the color, the combination, the different color on the arms and the different color on the chest and the dark area for the cockpit, yeah, and the handsets. Okay, so versus the other one that I wanted a Zaku too, but I did not like that version. I really don't know. Anyway, but with this first time that I saw this afternoon, I had no doubts whether or not to purchase this action figure. I just grabbed it and checked out. Okay, so yeah, love to panel line these sections too on the hoses, on the head. This is way too sharp. So this has poked me several times as I played with this action figure before making this video. Okay, so let's pose him up with the heat hawk first. There you go. Yeah. So as for the size, there you go. Okay, now for a little bit of action pose. Yeah, the articulation point that this figure really is suffering a lot on is going to be the poses. Yeah, anyway, okay, so let's put on the primary weapon. Okay, scope, and so that's going to be a Picatinny rails section for the handguard and a AR-15 styled front sight. And this section too, yeah, reminds me a lot of an AR-15. Okay, so buttstock. Go. And this section moves left and right. And let's put it on the action figure. Okay, so we have the primary weapon on the action figure now. Okay, so this I just discovered. I wish that they included one more drum magazine. Actually, one for each side, because actually you could store them this way. One per side. Or possibly a spare on the back this way. That also works. And have the heat hawk stored on the side skirt that way. Yeah. Actually, so these areas are weapon storage areas or ammunition storage area. Okay, yeah, really loving this action figure. But basically, well, that's the way you store a heat hawk on a Zaku. Okay, there you go. So let's put this guy on a proper firing pose. Okay, so if there's going to be something that I really like about this action figure is this. This figure could really do a proper weapon firing pose. Okay, there you go. So yeah, despite the limitations in articulation, this articulation system or pose really compensates for the lack of. Anyway, and you could also reposition the shoulder armors instead of the other Gundam action figures wherein it's really inverted. But this, you could reposition the shields and the shoulder armor in a more neutral pose. Okay, that way. Ooh. Okay, so that's it. Very short review for this Gundam Universe The Machinations action figure. So for those of you guys who don't have the time to build a model kit but would love to really play with a Gundam Universe Zaku 2 action figure, a Char Aznable figure. Okay, there you go. So really enjoying really with these action figures. Okay, so yeah, something different. Anyway, so there you go. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.